Hey Scorps, welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot. I am working on your love reading for January 2020. So I was kind of meditating on what sign I was going to do first, and immediately you guys popped up, which is cool because otherwise I feel like you didn't want to talk for a while. I kind of got this feeling like the Scorps that I was tuning into were kind of really going through something, and man, all that Capricorn stuff in your third house, it was, a learning strategic conversations and maybe somewhat draining as well. That it's the chance to be either real emotional conversations or a whole lot of things that you're not saying. Either or. But so I kind of did a little bit of a different layout because I started to pull and record like I've done the other signs. And I started to sneeze. I got really cold, so I knew I was getting really connected. And then Spirit wanted me to kind of lay them out this way. And when I did this, I realized why. This is a pretty heavy story, so I don't know if this is going to resonate with a lot of people. But I just have to have faith that if it does resonate, you'll find your way to this video and understand what you need to understand from it. So on this side is you, and on this side is your person. And overall, bottom of deck, we got the Five of Cups. So already we know this is a little bit of a sad reading. Now, I do believe that Five of Cups energy, all in all, is both of you in this matter. And I feel like there is, for your person, is choosing to stay in a karmic loop, which means that although that was not originally the plan, you will need to move ahead without them, and they will stay and play this game over again. But it doesn't matter, and again, that could be vice versa. But I think you're both in that state right now of remorse over the past and how it went down and things that maybe could have been done differently. But Scorpio, if this is you, there was really nothing that you could do differently. And Spirit wants you to know that you did a wonderful job. You really showed, and they're telling me mastery in your emotions over the situation. I feel like you didn't go into it in your usual ways. I feel like throughout the situation, you kind of let this person make their call and do what they need to do. And you kind of sit back and just wait for your cue and just know where you're going to go based on the decisions that they've made. I like that. But this person may have really hurt you. And it comes from a place of them being in so much pain themselves. So now is a really important time, Scorp, to process this correctly, and because you don't want to get stuck in a karmic loop yourself. You want to know how to get strong and move on with your life and not let this keep you down. And there's certain karmic lessons that you also had to endure from this. So let's take a closer look at these cards. I'm already 5 minutes in. So your energy is the Five of Swords. So I think you're very much on the defense with this person. I think you're ready to communicate, or there's been communication, but you're still extremely defensive. You're willing to listen. you're willing to explore what your intuition tells you about the situation. So there is communication coming, or there was, but it's still defensive, and you don't trust this person. And there's a Page of Wands. So it's like this person doesn't come at you correctly, right? Like, you may deserve an very sincere and heart-wrenching apology, but instead all they gave you was, he's sorry about that, let's catch up, or something insignificant. And I feel like you're like, dude, do you have any idea what you've done to me? That's just the feeling that I get. And I say that because in your recent past, you've got the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like you've already done the work to like pull yourself out of that bad place, right? Like, you go through a breakup, and then, you kind of hermit mode it for a little bit, and then you get your strength back, and you kind of come out and you're like, I'm okay. And a lot of people, and especially a Scorpio, will go into, I don't want to date anyone right now. I'm just kind of going to stay on my own, but I'm going to start to get out of the house and just allow myself step by step, day by day, to get better, right? Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you were there. I feel like you overcame a lot of that, which is great. But, I think there's always a part of you, Seven of Swords in reverse, you know that you have to fight with yourself. You know that not everybody you meet is going to do this to you. And we're going to talk about what they did in a couple minutes, but you can't go into every relationship thinking this person's, everybody cheats on me, or they just want, you don't trust them. Scorpios already have trust issues. That's given. It's something that you have to work through in your life. But I think you are also starting to realize how that manifests for you. And you have the Four of Pentacles. There's so many pentacles here that I know what they did over here really shook you at a level of like your self-confidence and your self-worth. I think it really shook you for a minute. And the Four of Pentacles is like maybe unwillingness to step forward or wanting to be in another relationship. I feel like it's that, I'm over it. I'm good. I'm not going to cry over them. I'm not going to talk to them anymore. Like, that chapter of my life is over and I'm fine with it. But I'm also never going to risk anything like that again. Like, I'm just going to go it alone. I don't need a partner. And Scorpio, that's not what this was supposed to teach you, okay? Sometimes we have a karmic partner, right? And they have to come in and teach us something. But sometimes, quite frankly, it's not ours at all. Like, every once in a while, you just go into a relationship with a karmic partner so that they can act their lessons out on you. And you just sort of have to be the sponge. And then they get to screw it up and learn a major lesson through you, but you could move on with your life and move on to something better. So it's so important for you to know you can't get stuck here. This quite simply was a karmic partner, and they were a karmic partner. Justice in reverse. Two of Pentacles. this person either did not believe that they were good enough for you, or truly believed you were not good enough for them. And by the Two of Pentacles, I think it could have been either or. I think this person had two sides of them, and I think that's what got Scorpio so interested in the first place. I think this person was someone that you tried to figure out. In their recent past, they got the Death card. So there was probably a major transformation that this person was going through. And Scorpio, you may have sensed that, because Scorpios can sniff that shit out. Yes, they can. You may have known intuitively that this person was going through a lot of changes from within. But I don't think they were changing the way you thought they were changing. I think that you had a lot of hope on your end, the Knight of Cups in reverse. I think that you wanted to go in there and, do that Scorpio thing where you could save them with your love. But you can't. Because this is not... I think your person had an opportunity to change for the better. I think they had an opportunity for this transformation with you. But they didn't take it. They didn't take it. It was just like one of those things where, even the divine didn't know how it was going to go, but they knew they had to make a choice. And they didn't choose you. They didn't choose the light. And where we are now, they just can't be with you. Like, you deserve so much more. You know that. They know that. And this person has a lot to work on. I mean, I'm sensing, especially with the Five of Cups and the Devil, that there's some addiction issues. Again, that could be anything from shopping, alcohol, drugs, porn, whatever you get obsessed with, whatever starts to control your life, even materialism. That could be a form there where you just allow that to control your life and you make all your decisions around something that really isn't all that important. If you're making, your ego, let's just say egoic decisions in your life and you don't realize it. But this person's just going to keep going, all right? I promise you, this person's just going to keep going. They're just going to have to keep going through these relationships and experiencing a great amount of loss, and then not forgiving, and then they move into the next relationship and it all plays out the same, and they keep getting angrier and angrier, and it builds until it blows, because either you fix it or you just keep making the same mistake. But Scorp, you're not, because this is where you're headed. This is the Ten of Pentacles. So this situation handed you an opportunity to really understand your self-worth. And I think it kicked in for you. I think it snapped in. And I think you knew you had to walk away. You're not going to keep doing this. You're going to protect yourself and love yourself. And I think that could take you in some really surprising places rather quickly. Because I sense that there's not, you go from the Five of Swords to the Seven of Swords like this, and then you go from the Nine of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles like this. So I think these are rapid changes, and all that energy sextiling you, it's going to bring you a lot of opportunities, Scorpio. So no matter what situations you're in, they are opportunities for growth and advancement and understanding. So you cannot get stuck in an energy where you don't want to let go of negative thoughts, but more or less have a lot of gratitude for the situation and send them with love and understand that they are just not there and they can't go with you at this time. But you don't have anything to worry about. I'm going to pull some animal cards for you and your person. Spirit, can I get an animal card? Get a card for your person. What's your cards? Okay, Scorps, I got the hyena and the camel. Now my Scorps got the hyena. Humor, wit, and sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser, but below the surface there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? Oh, more of that Pluto, Saturn in your third house. When in balance, you're charming, witty, and fun to be around. When out of balance, you're scrappy, petty, and suspicious. To bring into balance, sobriety. It says that, sobriety. So Scorps, when you spend a lot of time with somebody that is out of balance, you have to be really careful that you're able to regain your balance as well. Because that energy, Scorpio, for you being a water sign, and it's very empathic and you absorb it. And so you have to be very careful not to bring that into your life. And also to understand that, I think we all get to those levels where we can make a funny joke about our ex, but watch for things that aren't resolved in you. If there's a lot of pain, because like I said, that other person did really hurt you. There was deceit, there was lies that you still don't understand. And you don't want to carry that baggage around too long. You want to clear it out. So don't be afraid to talk about it. You have every right to ask the questions and get to the bottom of things, but just nurture yourself, okay? And maybe use this time to cut out any bad habits and any, do the shadow work that you may need to do that comes with dealing with trauma. Camel. Resourceful, independent, knows oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenge with ease. Even of the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger, the camel searches inside for a cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When in balance, calm, content, and a sparkle in their eye. When out of balance, dehydrated, lacks vitality, and to bring into balance, they need a pilgrimage. Now, I don't know, I mean, these could very well be vice versa. They gave me them out of order because with that sobriety one that I picked up with the hyena. So just see how it resonates with you. This could be your person that they're out of balance. They need to check the sobriety issues with them. And then Scorpios, maybe you do need a trip. Maybe you need a little vacation, a little getaway to get things back in focus. But, you have it inside of you. So even if you can't make something really happen and get on the road somewhere, take that time in your mind. Explore your dreams. What do you really want in this lifetime? It's a really nice time when you're single to focus on yourself and get to know yourself, because till you really know yourself, you're going to continue to attract people that don't really know themselves. And then when you continue to grow and change within the relationship, a lot of times you go in different directions. It happens a lot. All right, Scorps, I love you very much, and I will be seeing you very soon for your February general readings. Take care. Bye.